Jurassic World Rebirth is finally here. We're starting off the super fantastic world month. Good. Sorry about if that was a little cringy. I don't know. I'm excited. We all been excited that this month we're getting some good big cinematic films. Starting off with Jurassic World Rebirth, and then we're going to Superman and Fantastic Four. It's gonna be great, and I'm sure there's gonna be some other smaller films coming out. Oh, we got Eddington. We got what was that? I Know What You Did Last Summer. Requel, I think. I don't know. But we're gonna talk about that today. We're talking about Jurassic World Rebirth. I just went to saw it yesterday in AMC Dolby. Not sponsored. I don't know why I mentioned that, but I'm just putting it out there. This film, look, I came into it with modest expectations. I came into it going, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, I've heard all the reviews. Everyone's just saying it's fine. I guess it's fun. I don't know if I was just in a good mood. I don't know what happened. I don't know exactly what happened. I came out just freaking loving it. I just had such a fun time in the theaters, and I generally thought the movie's good. Simple, but good. I think that's where a lot of the negatives and the 3 stars and 4 stars I feel like are getting thrown around for this film come from. It's a simple movie, simple story, simple characters. It's simple. It's easy to understand. Before we move on more into this review, let me give you a plot summary. Again, no spoilers. So this film focuses on a group of mercenaries who are working for a pharmaceutical company. They are here to get DNA for one of the 3 biggest dinosaurs that are known to us. And while on this journey, they meet a family that gets stranded after a dinosaur attack and another dinosaur attack, and it kind of breaks off that group. So the film has a plot, a first plot, a second plot. First plot is the mercenaries trying to get to the island, trying to survive while getting the DNA. And you also have this family side plot that is just the family trying to survive, but kind of getting to know each other. I don't want to say getting to know each other, but like definitely learning some lessons. And that's kind of what this movie is. It's simple. I think it works for the film. Nothing overcomplicated, nothing insane. And I think that's what a lot of people were scared of, that this film could be overcomplicated because the trailers and behind the scenes, it was very much a movie that was going to start introducing mutant dinosaurs. And I think people were getting a little bit skeptical, myself included, like, oh, how's this going to work? And I would say, I think that's one of the most underwhelming parts of this film. Nothing gets that crazily done. You get to see some of the classic dinosaurs are bigger than usual, and I'm sure there's people who are like, oh, actually, there was a lot. And maybe it's just me not being the hugest dinosaur nerd. I love dinosaurs, don't get me wrong. I just have the worst memory ever. So anytime I learn fun facts, I just forget it. Sucks. I know. And that's kind of like, I guess the mutated dinosaurs that don't come in often. That comes into the villain, or I would say not villain, but the big bad dinosaur that they've been hinting and just kind of like teasing up the whole time with the teasers and posters of this D-Rex. Very underwhelming, I would say. It comes at the start and it shows up at the end. And when I want to say, I think other people undermined the presence of this damn thing, because when it comes at the end, you're just like, whoa. Oh my gosh. That's terrifying. I loved it. Maybe some people didn't like it as much. I freaking loved the D-Rex. I thought it was great and cool. And again, I think I understand where some of the negative thoughts come out because, like I said, it is a fairly simple movie. All the characters are simple. None of them are too complex or anything. I would say there's some depth added to them. Scarlett Johansson's character and the guy who's gonna play Blade Marvel. And then like her friend who's with her. Those two kind of have like some PTSD soldier stuff going on. And I generally liked it. I thought there were some nice moments. But again, the film doesn't explore it because at the same time, it's like, hey, we get it. You're here for the dinosaur chases. You're here for the action. We're not going to waste your time. Although, again, it does kind of lead to a scene. I think with that mind thinking, they were like, well, let's get out of the way. They do have this scene where they just kind of sit down and are like, yeah, this happened to me. I'm like, yep, this happened to me too. And also this thing happened to me. Oh, that sucks. What? That's awful. Man, I'm really sorry about that. And it's just kind of this very like exposition like drop of a moment. But I think it's fine because after it's over, you're right back into the action. The film goes just kind of sails smoothly, and I do enjoy it. Um, I feel like that's where a lot of people find this movie to be weak is in its story. It's nothing too crazy, it's nothing unique, and that could have dropped points for me, but I felt that the story was fine enough. It wasn't too crazy, but the film was just fun enough. And I think the action set pieces were amazing that I truly was getting goosebumps the whole time. I was just going, oh, what? That's so cool. The raft scene. There's this the moment with the big bird that you saw in the trailers, and the whole ending of this film, the last like 30, 20, 10 minutes or whatever. That was good. I love that. Maybe some people are like, I thought it was underwhelming. I liked it. I thought it was great. I thought there's good moments. There's like one in the gas station. You'll see that. It's great. I loved it all. I really do think it was very directed well by the director of Rogue One too. So, it was, good job. Uh, it looks good. I think the film looks good. I think this is one of the more better looking Jurassic movies, which is hard. It's like I don't think any of them look bad. I mean, Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, they've aged kind of poorly a little bit. They don't look as majestic or wonderful as Jurassic Park, because even Jurassic Park, it has aged, but I still think it looks pretty good still. There's a lot of great effects in there that you can't say aged terribly, fully at least. Um, but yeah, I really think this movie is really good. And I would say it's probably my second favorite Jurassic movie. And I know some people are gonna eye roll to that and be like, "Oh, it's recency bias," and I'm sure it is. I thought about this earlier, and I told my mom about this when she asked me how I feel about the movie. I think if I were to have seen this movie in at home, not on the big screen, I would have also had the same feelings that everyone else had. It's fine, it's okay, okay. But because I saw it on the big screen, I think I just had a lot of fun. I had so much fun that I generally just really liked this movie. I thought it was good. I thought it was just great. I really had a good time. And I think, for the most part, I think everyone is going to have a good time watching this film. It brings back stakes, I feel like. There's just moments where, like, oh, this character's going to die. And there are some characters that you want to clap when they die. You're like, yeah, you jerk, die. Me and I watched this with my little sister, and we both were just like smiling and just like do a little golf clap very silently in the theater when specific people were dying because we're like, yeah, you're a jerk. Um, but yeah, I really thought this movie was good. I had a lot of fun, and I also think a better thing to talk about, without getting the spoilers too much, of course, is does this movie set anything up? And there's a lot of people who I think will say no. It's not a setup, and I agree. Nothing about the characters, what they're saying, what they're gonna do, what the film ends, sets up anything in the universe. Probably like, I guess some small thing. If you know the ending, you know the ending. But I like to think there is set up for a whole other movie. Not with these characters probably, but there's a whole other movie about the island. I feel like it's going to happen because there are some interesting locations throughout this film. The genetics lab that the D-Rex is made in is there. They don't explore much. They don't say, what full, like, they kind of explain what it was and all that. But I felt like there was a whole other story that could have been told in this location. And as well, if you've seen the trailers, like the place where the bird is, it's kind of a weird one. Even like one of the characters goes, what is this place and why is it on this island? And I think, first, I think that's set up for a whole other film. I think there's some prequel, there's going to be some like other movie that's going to come out that is going to explore what happened on this island. I guess we kind of know what happens on this island, but there's some interesting details that weren't told that I'm like, ooh, kind of want to see that movie now. Anyways, my rating for this film on Letterboxd was 4 stars and a half. Again, I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Maybe some people are like, you're kind of giving it too much praise, but dinosaurs, Jurassic, love the franchise. As a fan, I came out really loving it, and I'm not gonna lie and shy away. I just really liked it. Let me know what you guys thought. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Were you disappointed by it? And I don't know. Do you think I'm right? Is there some setup being done? Without giving spoilers, of course, and if you do, please mark your spoilers for other people so they don't get spoiled and look in the comments. Anyways, y'all, that's going to be it for today's video. Tomorrow, I should have my Man of Steel review. Last of the Superman reviews. We're going in to next week. I know this kind of dates this video, but shut up. Next week, we're going to be going into Superman 2025. Exciting. And I got my tickets already. I'm seeing it Thursday, so you know, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, boys. Oh, I'm watching Superman. Woo! I'm excited. So yeah, please stay tuned to watch the Man of Steel review. I've really enjoyed looking back at these Superman movies, and I've had a fun time just rewatching them and just talking about it. It was fun. It was great. Had a fun time, and we're gonna end it tomorrow. As I'm filming this, of course. I think it's Thursday. I don't know. My brain's going crazy. So yeah, I've had a fun time doing all that, and so please stay tuned for the big finale. I won't say it's a big finale. It's the last video, and of course I should have an Ironheart review coming up maybe the same time this video's coming up, which is today. So stay tuned for that. Don't know yet, but we'll see. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye bye.